What's up, Shepherd Youth? We introduced some exercises, kingdom exercises to you in our last D group session. And what we want to do on this YouTube video series is we want to actually take some of those kingdom exercises, try them for a couple, 4 or 5 days in a week, and see if they actually work. Or if they don't work. We're gonna be really honest with you of like, okay, we told you to do this, but I really didn't feel anything, honestly. Or we're gonna say, I did this and it helped a little, or who knows, maybe these will be absolutely life-changing in a week. But we're gonna do these and see how much of a difference they actually make in our lives. Side note, my hands, if you see them, they're kind of dirty. I was working on my car, on my Jeep, so they're dirty, but just ignore them. I've washed them like 1,000 times, it won't go away. But for my kingdom exercise, I'm gonna focus on worship. And worship is interesting for me. Worship is just telling God how much he's worth. Like being like, God, you're amazing and I see how amazing you are. Telling God that you see his worth or are starting to see it. That's really all worship is. You can do that in many ways, but the most popular way to worship is through song, through worship at church with other people around you. But for me, I've never really liked worship or connected with God through worship. Honestly, when we're worshiping at church, I feel weird. I feel like I don't feel like I raise my hands here and that's big for me, but you never see me get my hands too high, I just feel weird. And then I see other people who are going crazy during worship and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just not as spiritual. I don't know, because a football game, I could go crazy for a football game, but something about worship makes me feel weird and I don't really connect to it super easily. Like I don't like worship nights. Whenever we do worship nights, I don't like them. I don't know why. But for this video, I'm going to be spending time in worship every day for about 5 days this week. I'm just gonna wake up every day and worship and see how it affects me. Even though I've never really loved worship before, I'm gonna try it this week. So that's what this video is about. And I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut to the next video where I've already prayed after this video, and then I'll kind of just talk about the worship song I did for each day. But then at the end of the video, I'll give you guys, I'll let you guys know the effects that worshiping every day has had on my life. So I'll see you guys later. What's up, Shepherd Youth? I'm back. I just sat in this chair right here and I put on the song How Deep the Father's Love for Us by the Bookouts, which is a great song. So if you're doing this with me, if you want to try this with me, go ahead and play that song and just sit and worship. I gotta be real, my experience for day one was, I felt a little awkward and weird just sitting alone. Like I told my wife, Kayla, I said, hey, can you just let me be in our little room, our little house alone for a second? And I just sat here and sang this song and I felt awkward, I felt weird, and I kept kind of getting distracted and thinking like, hey, what am I gonna say in the video? And so it was really hard to just get in the worshipful moment. But I did at some point, and I enjoyed the song, although I felt kind of weird in the process. But I have to say, by the end of it, I feel a little bit quieter, more at peace. I don't know how long that will last, but I just feel a little more settled. Almost like, when you shake, have you ever put dirt in like a plastic bottle with water and you shake it and the dirt's everywhere, but you just set it still and the dirt settles to the bottom? I almost feel like that. Like I stilled myself and I feel settled for a second. But I did feel pretty weird. But that was day one. Tomorrow I'll sing another song, let you know, and we'll see how it goes. What's up, Shepherd Youth? Sorry, my hair's crazy. I'm a little tired. I actually missed the last 2 worship videos that I was supposed to do. 2 days in a row, I didn't film videos. I missed that part of my job. But it's because I had a lot of meetings. I got busy. Nothing bad, but I ended up having to have a couple hard conversations and think through a few hard things at work. Nothing bad, just hard life stuff. And I kind of got busy and forgot. But then tonight, after that those kind of hard thoughts and conversations, I decided, I really got to get back to this. And I don't have to tell you that, but I want to be honest with you, because part of these spiritual disciplines are some days you miss a day and you just got to get back to it. But today, it's about 5 o'clock. I missed yesterday, didn't do anything in the morning. I was going to do it in the mornings, but I decided to do the song Nothing Else by Cody Carnes. It's one of my favorite worship songs. And the song's good. It just talks about how you don't need anything but the presence of God. And I don't know if it was just because of the long days, because of some of the hard conversations, but This time I had really no problem just getting right into a worshipful moment. There's one line in the song that says, "Take me back to where we started." Like I open up my heart to you, God, and it just reminded me of really committing my life to Jesus and committing my life to ministry. And I even started crying a little bit during my time of worship. So whatever that is, I don't know if it's because it's a different time of the day, just things going on in my life, but it was a good time of worship. I can't even really tell you the feelings I had with it, but it was good. So that was my day 2 of worship that came a little late, but it was really good. Cody Carnes, nothing else. I'll see you guys tomorrow or the next day for after my next worship song. So I just finished my last song. I did "Goodness of God," and I just want to go ahead and sum up kind of what I learned through this process. I told you guys that it's not that I don't like worship, but it's not my favorite. At least in the public setting, I feel kind of weird worshiping around other people, and I feel like I'm not as spiritual for that reason. But I really enjoyed this exercise. Some hard things came up this week. Like I said, fine, but hard things. And the worship, it's not that it got me through it, because I would have gotten through it. But what I learned is that the worship for me this week, and this is just this week, I'm not trying to make a statement about worship in general, but for me this week, by worshiping and having this time of worship, even just the 3-4 days I did it, it suppressed my negative emotions, the emotions that I wanted to suppress anyways, or I guess like, deal with but not listen to all the time. It suppressed a lot of these negative emotions and enhanced emotions like peace and joy, and it gave me perspective just through the truths in the song. And I think that's a good thing. Like, we find ways to deal with our emotions no matter what. And maybe that's not the most healthy way through worship, but right now I can't think of anything better. And so I would say that the worship music this week actually helped me cope with a lot of my emotions. It suppressed some negative ones that I wanted to suppress and enhanced the ones that everybody wants, like peace and joy and love. So I really enjoyed it. I wasn't perfect. I missed days. I tried to be honest with you guys, but I encourage you guys to try this kingdom exercise of worship, because I honestly got to say, and I'm being honest with you. I'm being 100% honest with you. I would have told you if I hated it. I really liked it. And there's a reason why we chose it as a kingdom exercise, because it does help you fully live in God's kingdom that's here on earth right now. So try out worship this week. Make it a part of your normal routine to just listen to one word. It was one worship song, 5 minutes a day. And it really made a big difference in my week. So I encourage you to try it. I love you all. I'll see you soon.